What's up fam? That's right, you saw the thumbnail. I think Hoyoverse is baiting us to go for the weapon banner, which I will talk about in this video. First half of 3.6 banners have already been updated with their respective 4-star characters and weapons. In fact, it should already have been up by the time you watch this video. So let's take a look at their value and see if anything changed and some considerations if you decide to pull on these banners. If you want to see my initial review and assessment of the banners, you can check out that little icon at the top right, which links to my other video about it. Okay, so let me cover the topic I wanted to talk about and why you're here in the first place. I always actively look at the weapon banners and assess their pull value. But before anything, I just want to say, just like with all the 5-star characters, no 5-star weapon or character is a must pull. You can always clear all content in the game with just 4-star characters. If anything, 5-star characters could potentially make life easier for you, but it's never a requirement. With that out of the way, let's finally get into it. The weapon banners actually look pretty interesting, particularly because it's all centered around EM weapons, with the exception to the Favonius Greatsword, which is still a good weapon generating white particles for the team. Hoyo seems to always try to balance out weapon and character banners. If you look at the weapons now, they don't really have that strong of a pull value, because the 5-stars who are supposed to wield them, Nahida and Nilou, are already pretty strong without them. And so how does Hoyoverse deal with that? They put decent weapons to make a stronger pull value for the average Joe. By putting in Stringless, you can really help Fischl with her DPS potential. Syphus Moonlight will help EM characters like Kuki, Kazuha, and even Nilou, providing more value to the team by providing a little bit of energy. Sacrificial Fragments is one of Sucrose's best weapons. Heck, even my Nida is using Sac Frags, because I really need that passive. I know her skill is already pretty good at marking all enemies, but somehow I still miss sometimes, and when I do, Sac Frags' passive actually helps me out a ton. We also have the Dragon's Bane, which is good for certain characters like Hu Tao or Xiangling, if you happen to be using the catch on Raiden. It's also a pretty good alternative weapon for Thoma if you happen to have enough ER on his substats as a Burgeon trigger. And finally, the Favonius Greatsword is actually pretty good for a character or a team who needs a lot of energy. To drive this point even more, we can compare the 4-star options in this banner to the recent banner that just ran. I'm talking about the banner with Aqua Simulacra and Staff of Homa. Both weapons are tremendously good, not just for Yelan and Hu Tao, but for other characters as well, which definitely increases the banner's pull value. Now, looking at the 4-star weapons running alongside them, we have the Rust, not really good for a lot of characters aside from maybe Yoimiya and Child, but we do have both Favonius Codex and Favonius Sword, which are actually pretty decent weapons. Dragon's Bane again, which I already mentioned earlier, and the Lithic Blade, which can only really bring out the full potential if you have multiple characters in the team who hails from Liyue. Now, comparing the two banners, one has all the weapons that are really pretty useful, even more so when you factor in Dendro reactions which scale off EM. And the other banner is overall pretty mid, with really just the Favonius weapons and possibly the Dragon's Bane, which are pretty decent and the rest are very niche. We can also see this happen in the character banners as well. Hoyo likes to throw in characters who don't really synergize well with the 5-star characters they're running with. The most obvious one is in this banner, with Nilou. As we know, to draw out her full potential, she has to run with only Hydro and Dendro characters. And will you look at that? No Hydro or Dendro characters in the banner. And while you can argue that we do have Barbara, Kale, and Dendro MC, well, it would still be nice if we had at least had one character in the banner who would actually benefit Nilou's team, aside obviously from Nahida. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. Hoyo's pretty smart not to give away too much, but enough to make us still consider pulling on these banners. As always, thank you for listening to my ramblings. I just really wanted to get off my chest. Leave a like if this was entertaining enough, and let me know your thoughts too down there in the comments below. I respond to most comments, and I just love hearing other people's thoughts about the topic I cover. Hope you all enjoy the new region in Sumeru. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, fam.